My second coming out story, the second time I came out of the closet, was when I told my family that I was trans. That one was very hard. It was kind of hard on everybody. Not on everybody, my siblings were like, whatever. But my parents, it was very hard for both of them. A little bit more on my dad's side than my mom. My mom, surprisingly, was a little bit more understanding than my dad. But they both had their pros and cons about who understood what better. The second time I came out to my parents was a couple of months before I started testosterone. The first time me telling my family that I was trans was telling my mom. I told my mom like nonchalantly one day that I was going to start hormones and it was going to change my body and make me grow facial hair and my voice was going to deepen. And then she didn't really think anything of it. I forgot what she said, honestly, and I never brought it up to her again. With my dad, the day that I told him, I was on the way to work. He was dropping me off. I didn't have a car at the time. And he was dropping me off at work at this restaurant that I worked at downtown St. Augustine. I was telling him on the way there that I was not thinking, but going to start the process of becoming a man. This is how the conversation went. I was like, Dad, forgot how I started the conversation, honestly, but it was just like, hey, I'm going to start doing hormones soon, and this is what's going to happen. He's like, well, what do you want to do that for? With like the most nasty face. And I was like, well, because I want to be a man. I feel like I'm a man, and after doing research, this is something that's going to be good for me, and I want to do this. If this is my golden ticket, I want it, and this is what I want. And I just want to tell you because you're gonna see a lot of changes the next couple of months and years, because this is my identity. I'm starting to transition. I'm going to transition into a man. What he replied to me to this day sometimes makes me oh Lord. To this day, what he said still hurts, because my dad is a very heterosexual cis male. He's pro-Trump. He's just very heterosexual cis male. So this coming from him, I know is something that he meant. He meant it. And it hurt. It still hurts. Because I'm not that. I'm not that. The first thing out of his mouth was, why do you want to go against God? Why are you trying to be a freak of nature? What are you, a freak of nature? And it hurt. It hurt. Like, as soon as he said that, I was melting and shrinking in the passenger seat, just wanting to disappear. I didn't want to exist. I just opened myself up to you and told you something important like that. And the first thing you want to think about is, why are you going against God, you freak of nature? I called my mom. As soon as he got out of the car, I ran and I slammed the door. I jumped out and I called my mom, and I told her what he said, and I was crying my eyes out. I could barely talk, and she knows that when I cry, like I boohoo cry, like it's something serious, because I never boohoo cry. I told her, I was like, Dad just called me a freak of nature just because I told him I'm a man and that I'm gonna transition. My mom, that was probably one of the best moments that I can remember of her during my transition. She got pissed. She was angry. She was livid. She was like, hold on, wait till I talk to your father. I'm gonna set his ass on fire. She said this in Spanish. Apparently, before we got off the phone, she was like, just calm down. I'm gonna talk to your father. She told me that's okay and that, you know, we're gonna get through this and stuff like that. When he got home, she ripped him a new one and cussed him out, told him how would he judge his own children, that he needs to love his children, that she'll be damned if he ever calls one of her kids a freak of nature. You know, she defended me from what she told me, and the next day, he didn't even have the balls to forgive or ask for forgiveness in person or say that he was wrong in person. What he did was text me and be like, oh, I'm sorry for what I said. That's not what I mean, da 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 da. The only reason he apologized was because my mom called him out on his bullshit. Not because he knew he was wrong, not because he called his own child a freaking freak of nature, but because the woman that he's married to chewed him out so bad that he felt he had to do it. I never took that apology as sincere. I let it go because I'm not gonna let somebody who's unhappy and miserable reflect their misery onto me. It did mess with me the first couple of months after it happened. It was something that made me look at him differently, made me feel differently towards him. It was just a lot. Telling my siblings was the easiest thing in the world. Like, it was like, whatever. It's like a flip of a switch, and they went to calling me and addressing me how I wanted it to be addressed. My second coming out was very eventful. Very eventful. Everybody was okay with it, though. Like, I never got any negativity or any, what the hell are you thinking, or what are you, whatever. Like, I didn't get no negativity from it, online, offline. I had full support. So that I'm very grateful for. I'm very grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for the people who are still here, that have been here from the beginning. I'm grateful to have the ability to build a platform that's going to help others, bring awareness, and change lives. We won't be erased. Transgenders, we are here, we are alive, we are present, we are valued, we are loved, and we are not going anywhere. We will not be erased. Fuck the Trump administration. Love y'all. If you like my coming out story in any way, please drop a like, drop a comment, reshare, repost, DM, whatever it is for you, do that shit. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting all my other videos and content. And yeah, I love you guys.